Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel How to Buy MW. Today we are going to discuss how you can use ChatGPT or any other large language model for studying well. Now, if you are a student or working somewhere, or even if you are running your own business, sometimes it's necessary to get some help from AI. So today we'll see two different ways you can use ChatGPT in such a way that it helps you gain more understanding, helps you build the foundation concept, and instead of giving you the right answer right away, it will help you build the complete understanding. Come, let's jump right in and talk about this. Now, there are two different ways of doing this. First one is in ChatGPT, you can use the study mode. We're going to talk about that. The second one I'm going to talk about later. So stay tuned. You're telling ChatGPT that you want to learn instead of it giving you all the responses. You want it to ask you questions, understand what's your level, and then respond accordingly. So let's see how it does. Can you help me understand about goods and services tax? Now, this is a question which I provided without giving much of the context about my understanding, what is that I want. Sure, before we dive in, let me quickly check. Are you studying GST for a college course or general awareness? So now see, it wants to understand and it has already started giving me some context around it. But obviously, we want more details or more kind of practical knowledge. Then I'll go ahead and ask it maybe into specific terms. I am a second year from student and I have my exam in 2 days. I want to prepare for my GST exam. Help me learn that by practical examples and towards the end also ask me some questions for testing my knowledge. So now I have given it my level, which is let's say an assumption of become second year. Then I want it to be aware that I have exams in 2 days, and I also want some of the practical information, component, basic, input text, credit, practical scenarios for you. Now let's do a small check. Suppose you buy shoes from a store, GST 12%. What we told you below. I will say I am not sure. Please explain. So now it based on my response, now let's solve it together. Now it will explain me step by step instead of giving the response, the final response, and it will give me the total steps, each detail in that steps as well. To give me more practice style problems, I would say yes. And this way I am getting more engaged with ChatGPT and understanding by learning along with it. So now there are more questions, practice questions already provided. So this is how you go ahead and use the study mode of GPT. Now the second one is to create your custom GPTs, which means you provide ChatGPT your standing instruction as well as custom instructions with some context, and you want it to respond in that particular manner, in that particular framework. You might want it to behave like a professor and give you all the technical information, or you want it to behave like someone who is researching and then give you more details, or whichever persona you want to have for yourself, you can also provide that to ChatGPT so that it can respond according to what persona you are requesting him to be or your persona to be. So let's check it and how that works. Now let's understand the second way of doing it, which is creating your own GPTs with your system instructions already in there. Now, if you don't know GPTs, now GPTs are a way which provides you options to input your standing instructions and some of those contexts in form of file, so the system can respond to your queries based on your standing instructions. I have created this one, three levels of learning, which is basically some of the instructions around learning, and I typically use this when I want to learn something. What I have given as a system prompt here is that I want to understand what is a topic by way of three personas. One in which you are explaining to someone who is a complete beginner. Second, in which you are explaining to someone who is like intermediate user, and if you as an advanced technical user, which is the third one, a concise technical explanation. So I starting from a beginner level, then going to intermediate and going to advanced technical user, so I get the level, all the three level ones, and I can read through it. At your end, you can create any of your custom GPTs as well, the way you would want, to learn whatever kind of examples you wanted to provide. If there are some test preparation, test questions, or practice questions also you want to provide, want to have in the response, you can go ahead and give it to that. But I'll just quickly show you how this works. Explain me what is income tax. Now let's see how this works. This is the preview where I'm showing you. If you are a complete new beginner, income tax is like giving a small slice of your paycheck to the government so that they can run the country. And it is something like a 5-year-old can also understand. Now, a intermediate income tax is a government levy on an individual business or individual business earning. Now, what does it say technically? Income tax is a statutory obligation under fiscal law and blah blah blah. So now it has even given us some, e-filing system details also based on files. This payload might be transferred securely. Now let me show you how this GPT works, how this GPT which I have created works. Now let me ask some questions to it. Help me understand the basics, or I'll not say basic, help me understand quantum physics. Now I have asked a question. Quantum physics is obviously something which I am not aware about. I love to know. Quantum physics is like the rules of a magical casino where dice can be manipulated once until you actually look at them. If you are an intermediate user, I cannot even get this information in the beginner's one. Now, if you are an intermediate user, quantum physics studies matter and energy at atomic or now if I go to advanced, I'm sure I'll not get a word here, but somebody who actually wants to learn in this manner in quantum physics, it can be a good way for them. And you can definitely go ahead and change these prompts as per your requirement. What is that you want the system to respond to? You can even say, okay, give me the practical examples, give me some of the links which are there wherein I can study from. So the GPT will respond accordingly. Some highly customized way how you would want it to respond to your questions, to your things, and that's how you will be able to learn better. I hope you like the video. Thank you. So today we checked out these two concepts. I hope this helped you, and if this helped, Please like this video, and if you want more such interesting, engaging content, please subscribe to the channel. And if there is anything you would want me to cover, mention those in the comment. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye. Take care.